Welcome to my brand new account, fresh off the boat from Tutorial Island. This account has not completed anything, level 3 and new to the world of Gielinor. He's about to start his adventure and work his way into becoming a legend. And all legends have humble beginnings. We don't all walk straight out of the womb. We're noobs. We start off scared of dragons, and then we learn to equip anti-fire shields. We're afraid of bosses that might slap the shit out of us. And then we find out that they're just big loot pinatas. I've been there, and I'm here again to start this journey with all of you. My name is Darnic, and I've been playing this game for way too long, literally decades at this point. I've spent years of my life logged into this world. I've slayed the toughest monsters, completed all the quests, and I've checked off the achievement diaries. Why go back all the way to the beginning? Well, to be honest, I've had a lot of players message me and they are stuck, and I can kind of see why. RuneScape is a huge game. There's so much content to do. Now, yeah, if you're a veteran player and if you've completed everything, then yeah, sure, you might get bored. But there's literally thousands of hours worth of content to complete. It's one of the largest games out there, and you can get lost along the way. The early and mid game is especially hard because you might not even know where to go in the vast world. There's quests to complete, bosses to kill, money to make, skills to level, gear to achieve. You should be getting the idea by now. It's a lot. And there's so many different guides and videos on sweaty, tick-perfect money making or skilling methods, and personally, it all just seems super overwhelming. Many people just want to log in after a long day, kick back and relax and get their goals completed. A lot of players don't want to do the sweaty methods. So, in this series, we're going to be grinding as a casual RuneScape player. Because like many of you, I'm not a teenager with all the time in the world, and I want to kick back and have some fun and knock out some goals while I'm logged in. Now, while counting ticks and being efficient is fun to some people, a silent majority probably wants to keep their wrists intact and not develop an addiction to Adderall. So we're going to be taking a different approach. We're going to be crossing off any super sweaty methods to level up or gain GP. So for all you casual players out there, this will be a roadmap for you to get your account where you want it to be. You can follow along and use the exact methods that I use to progress your account. Now, this series will have 5 main goals. These goals are things that all accounts should be aiming to achieve. They'll take time, dedication, and just a little bit of grinding. Our first main goal that we'll be aiming for is that elusive quest cape. The quest cape is the best first goal for any account. It requires you to be a well-rounded player. Your stats will be leveled up, you'll need some gear to defeat the bosses, and the rewards will unlock pretty much all content in game. It's huge for an account to achieve as it opens new avenues for money making, bossing, and skilling. So, for our first adventure, we'll be setting out to achieve the quest cape. But before we can dive headfirst into some quests, we're gonna need to make some money. First, we're gonna need some starter cash, and the best way to get that is from the Stronghold of Security. And luckily for us, Jagex added a nifty teleport directly to the stronghold in the Lumbridge graveyard. Just go talk to Count Check and he can send us there. Now, for securing our account and answering some basic questions that honestly haven't aged too well, we'll be rewarded with 10K. But before you hop down that dark tunnel, go ahead and log out and secure your account with the Authenticator. This can be done through the official game website. And now that your account's secure, you're ready to go through the stronghold. But I know as a brand spanking new player, it can be a little scary, as you'll have some hard-hitting mobs that can lurk around the corners. But there's some food in the barbarian village that you can grab so that you can get sent right back to Lumbridge. Then you just run through the different floors and collect your reward at the end. On screen now, I have the optimal paths through each floor. Make sure that you're full HP between rooms or you might get knocked the fuck out, especially on the last floor, as you can see by me just running through it now. Anyways, with our 10K in hand, we're ready to start making some money. Let's head over to the money-making machine that is the Grand Exchange. So a nice long walk over to the GE with our juicy 10K. Now, you might be wondering, what are some of the first things that you need to do on your account? Well, we really need to be questing, right? That is priority numero uno, but we're not going to be able to buy all of the cool shit that we're going to need to be able to complete the quest. We're going to need a lot of staminas. We're going to need some teleport tabs. We're going to need some things to finish the quest. Well, to buy all those things, we're going to need some GP, and listen, 10K is not even going to cut it, not even close. So what we're going to do here is do a little bit of money making. Now, this is obviously nothing crazy and we are not allowed to sweat for these methods, but I have a couple up my sleeve that are pretty much going to guarantee you a couple mil after a couple hours of grinding some money. And that's exactly what we need. We're going to make some money, get all the way up to 1 mil cash and start questing. I forgot to mention, if you're a real Chad, a real baller, go buy some bonds and completely skip this. We're going to spend about 3 to 4 hours making a little bit of GP and just a tiny little bit. You got $7 extra and your girlfriend doesn't need to get her cappuccino or her latte tomorrow morning. Buy yourself a bond and save yourself a fucking headache. Because money making, when you're a brand new account, it does suck. Like I said in my previous video, it is probably the worst part of RuneScape is finally getting enough GP to do quests and level up your account. But this is a roadmap. So for all of you who don't want to spend that $7, we're going to show you how to do it. We need money. But with level 1 in every stat, it's going to be kind of tough to make some real GP. But we have a method up our sleeve that should bring in a few 100k GP per hour. Introducing horns, specifically desert and unicorn horns. These bad boys can be ground up for a decent profit and they're crucial herblore secondaries, so they're always going to be bought up. We'll be buying, grinding, selling, and repeating until we make our first mil. Now, for all you sweaty tick lords out there, you can do multiple horns per game tick, but we're going to let it auto grind all the horns for us. This will drastically reduce our GP per hour, but we'll be able to kick back and relax. Okay, so our first little bit of money making has bought, and it's going to be the good old pestle and mortar and grinding up herblore supplies. Now, this one, it can be pretty sweaty, but we're just going to be AFKing it. I got a movie in the background, and pretty much what we're going to do, get our pestle and mortar out, get out these, and we're going to let it auto grind. Okay, it's not super slow, but it's not super fast either. Now this would be obviously the sweaty method, and we are not going to do that. It's actually not that sweaty. As you hear my mouse probably clicking, we don't want to do all that. Okay, we're just going to let it grind. I'm going to watch a movie and we're going to make a little bit of money. So after grinding for literally, it's been what, 9 hours at this point, we pretty much just grinded straight. We finally have enough money, as you can tell up there, to start buying some items. The margins were getting a little dicey, but I think in the future it will still be viable. It's just going to take a long time, especially without one syndicate. We were doing these very slow 3 ticking, but now we're ready to rock and roll. We looked all geared out. We're looking like a fucking beast, and we're ready to go do some quests. So pretty much the ordering we're going to follow. So we're just be using the optimal quest guide that can be found on the wiki, or it can also be found on RuneLite. The RuneLite plugin just allows you to pretty much, I mean, it's super simple. It tells you what quests to do in order, and we have a whole bunch of Lumbridge we need to start and finish. We're going to go ahead and home teleport to Lumbridge and kickstart the questing. So let's talk about the optimal quest guide and why we're doing it this way. If you look over pretty much any of the in-game quests, you'll see some pretty high requirements. 69 Slayer, 70 Hunter, 55 Rune Crafting, the list goes on and on. Your account needs to be pretty stacked to complete all the quests in the game. Now, yeah, we could spend hours skilling to reach those levels, then start questing, but we don't have all day. I want to accomplish my goals as fast as possible while still having some fun. The optimal quest guide just helps with that. It shows you what quests to do and which order to get your stats up from the quest rewards. Now, if you're new to RuneScape, then you probably don't know that quests can reward insane XP. Doing one quest at the beginning of your account can jump you from level 1 all the way to level 30, saving you hundreds of hours in the long run. So we'll be following it exactly to the T to make sure our account is beefed up and ready for any quests in our way. Now, you guys can do exactly the same. Just follow along on the quest list with me. Now, I'll have one slight deviation that I'll be adding, but it's really just for my convenience. And you'll know what I mean a little later. We baked a cake. Have you been shearing my sheep without permission? I sure fucking have. I got you some balls of wool, my friend, and I'll hand them over. Yeah, you better pay me. Got some juicy crafting XP that actually I think gets us to level 2. And we did a before beginner clue scroll. Like, it was super duper easy, but I think it's just really just an introduction to clue scrolls, but nonetheless super easy. And we're supposed to be, we'll go to Great Corinne another time. We're supposed to be using this lamp on agility. Boom, there we go. 300 agility XP straight to level 4. Ooh. You're welcome. Thanks for the prayer XP, my friend. That's going to get us some juicy prayer. We're going to do a couple more prayer quests, and then we're actually going to go ahead and bang out 43 prayer. Just because it's huge for the account. It makes questing super duper fun easy having 43 because you can protect from pretty much anything, and no quest boss is really going to kill us until we get to the higher level ones. So anyways, on to the next one. So while we're here at good old Aubrey's rune shop, we're actually going to go ahead and buy some pouches of air and mine runes. Now these are going to be used in the early game to kind of get rid of a lot of bosses. Probably another stack of 5, and then we'll also get some chaos runes. And what this is really going to allow us to do is kill almost every single boss with absolutely no problem. We had to come here anyways to drop the package off and get his research notes and to get some more stamps. But now we're ready to rock and roll, and we'll go finish some more quests. Viewed, boom, 325 magic XP, which is going to put us at a juicy level 5. Thank you, Witch. It also gives us a combat level. We're now up to level 6. The levels are flying in all of the dopamine. We have so many more quests to go. Back onto them. Give me a quest. Just give me all the quests. Just stop messing around and give me the quest. Do I have to ask nicely? This is ridiculous. Yeah, I'll go ahead and get your stupid beads. I already have them. Yeah, it's stolen from your imps. Give me my reward. Okay, I guess. A little magic on the beads and some more magic XP and an amulet of accuracy. Remember back in the day, this was like the amulet to have because you couldn't afford a power amulet back in the good old free-to-play days. My space bar is getting a workout, but Rune Mystery is completed. We now have access to rune crafting. Not that we're not going to be training it for a pretty long time, although the rune crafting update comes out tomorrow, so we may head on over there on this brand new account and see what we can get. Boom, we solved a murder history. This is a little goofy, but it's done nonetheless. We got a gems better. We got some crafting XP all the way up to level 7 now. On to the next one. Boom, we ran all the way around Zaya. It took forever with this agility level, man. It was absolutely brutal. I ran through like 4 or 5 staminas. Do not recommend it. But we're trying to be a little bit efficient the way we're questing. So we're not just going to go bang out 70 agility because that's boring as shit. Do a little bit of quest first, bump it up, then we're going to knock out some agility. But anyways, Client of Corinth is finished. We get 2 juicy antique lamps, and per the optimal quest guide, it says to use both on agility, so that's going to help out a lot. I don't know if it's a lot of XP. Oh, it's a cheeky little 1k XP, which is going to get us all the way to 10 agility, which is huge. We can now do rooftops. Obviously, we're not going to do that. We're just going to keep questing. On to the next one. Boom, Romeo and Juliet complete. I'll be honest with you boys, I have absolutely no idea what I even did. I just clicked through it while I was watching a YouTube video. So, props to Quest Helper plugin. God, it has been so long since I've done the Pirate's Treasure quest. I feel like this one took forever. As a free-to-play quest, it's actually pretty long, but let's see what kind of treasure we get. Gold ring and a cut emerald. I feel like you probably always get that. But anyways, now we're going to start doing some real hardcore members quests. Excited for that. We're going to start banging them out the levels, and the dopamine are going to start flowing. Boom, that is the Dwarf Cannon quest completed. 750 crafting XP, the ability to use a dwarf multi-cannon. And boys, listen, you can actually die while doing this. So just make sure you're watching your HP when you're repairing little things, because they can actually you up and kill you. Be careful for that, but this actually is huge for our account and allows the ability to use the dwarf multi-cannon. So boys, it's that time of the account where we try to do a quest boss and get absolutely so what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and buy enough dragon bones to bang out 43 prayer. Now, if you're a newbie noob, then you don't really know what 43 prayer does. Let me go ahead and break it down for you. Prayer is one of those skills that as a new player seems super complicated. 10% more strength, 5% more accuracy, more hit points restoration. It drains, but you can restore it. Yeah, it can seem like a lot, but prayer is extremely valuable, especially early on in your account, particularly for 3 main prayers: protect from missiles, protect from magic, and protect from melee. This holy trinity of prayers can negate almost all damage early in the game. It turns super hard-hitting bosses into big AFK dummies. You can do things that would be impossible without it. It's the key to completing most quests early and getting that juicy XP reward to bypass the early levels. But it comes at a pretty steep cost. Typical prayer training is offering expensive bones on an altar for XP. This can get extremely expensive very fast. But we're going to be venturing to the Chaos Altar deep in the wilderness to do our prayer training. For those unfamiliar with the wilderness, it's a lawless land that player killers roam. You have other players actively trying to kill you and take your items. The deeper you go into the wildy, the higher your combat bracket opens. And we're going to be going pretty deep. The Chaos Altar is located in level 38 Wilderness. And the reason we're heading so deep and risking so much is because the Chaos Altar has a 50% chance to not use up your expensive bones. So effectively, this turns an extremely costly skill into one that is relatively cheap, if you don't get PK'd. So we're taking all of our bones and risking it all to get the fastest and cheapest route to 43 prayer. So a couple little tips while you're sitting here doing your prayer grind. Essentially, kind of what you want to do is have the menu entry swapper on, and you just want to have the use ability on the dragon bones. And we're just going to keep clicking. That's all we're going to do. We're going to try to one tick these as fast as possible. The levels obviously are flying in. The screen is flashing from all the levels. But then all you want to do is you scroll out. You need a little bit of GP. You just use this on the Elder Druid. He can unnote them for a fee, obviously. So we do exchange all. Boom. We have a whole nother inventory. Yeah, you motherfucker. You ain't gonna get me today, bitch. That's why we're just bringing all our bones. Fuck it, who cares? And no one's gonna be able to kill me because I think it's what, 40 combat, the highest level that can attack me. Obviously, maybe like a low level pure can come here and fuck me up, but what are the chances at 9 a.m.? Yeah, suck my buddy. Dude, this feels so good. I was doing this on my main account and just getting brutally nonstop over and over again for so long. And now these can't even reach me. Now, you know, if you're them with loot keys, man, this is actually like insane money. This is pretty much it. We're just fucking rolling. We have 60 bones left and we're just unlocking shit left and right. This is what a new account is about, man. Getting all of this dopamine all at once. It's fucking awesome. Now we only got 40 bones left to go. So like I said, it's absolutely insane. The XP you get. Highly recommend to do this early on in your account. Boom, 43 prayer. We have some bones left, so we're going to stay here a little bit longer. Boom, there it is, 44 prayer. Absolutely huge for the account. We have a couple bones left. We'll use those up. But man, let me tell you, Eagle Eye is going to be crazy. These protect prayers are literally going to change how we play the game and what content that we can do. Let's get the out of the wilderness real quick. Check our combat. We are now 13. That is huge as well. We're no longer a level 10 newbie. There we go. This is taking way too long. But as you guys see, that's the actual safe spot. Obviously didn't want to waste prayer pause. You can see I'm almost out of prayer. I don't know if Jagex fixed it or what, but you actually have to kill the other two little minions now before you can actually like speak to him to fight him. So it's super annoying. But let's go ahead and go turn these orbs in and finish up the quest. Boom, a tree gnome village is now completed. Gives a load of attack XP, but it also gives us the spirit tree access, which is pretty huge early on in your account. But that puts us all the way to 17 combat, so we're definitely getting up there now, boys. But yeah, now on to the next one. Boom, there we go. A waterfall quest is now complete. I don't know how many times I have done that in my RuneScape career, probably just in the old school RuneScapes time. I've done it at least 15 to 20 times, just on new accounts here and there, but it's always a great quest to get out of the way because we get juicy strength and attack. Now 36 and 30. So we're looking pretty juicy. A couple more quests to bang out before we do some more money making. Let's go do those. Bro, I can fucking get it. You'll see me wiggling. Monk's friend has completed some juicy woodcutting XP and 8 law runes. I think that actually gets us to, let's see, level 13 woodcutting. So not too shabby at all. Balloons are all over. The monks know how to get down. So next we're going on to Hazel's Cult. Boom, a Hazel's Cult completed. I remember doing this on the leagues and it was absolutely fucking busted. It's only 1500 thieving XP, so I don't actually think it's a crazy amount, but it's definitely going to probably get us a nice little level. Boom, all the way to level 11, which isn't bad. Thieving kind of sucks like the first 10 to 15 levels, so this would be a nice little XP drop. Boom, there we go. A Plague City is completed. This is huge as it unlocks the Ardonge teleport. I mean, there's a lot of shit over here to do. So I wanted to bang this one out early so I'm able to actually teleport over here. And then also now we can go ahead and do the biohazard. And hey, we get some juicy mining XP all the way up to 15, which is a requirement for iron ore, which there's a quest to mine some iron ore. So we're definitely going to be using that. Boom! Biohazard is now complete. 3 quest points, 1,250 thieving XP, and access to the west side of Ardonge. Really, this quest just opens up more quests in the elf areas, which we're going to be adventuring into a little bit later. Boom! 1,400 crafting XP, a little bit of juicy coins, and even better, 3 quest points. That's going to bump us to 16 crafting. The stats are coming along. Just got to keep grinding more and more quests. Boom, the Merlin's Crystal is completed. A juicy 6 quest points and the legendary Excalibur. Boom, there we go. The Holy Grail is now completed. 2 quest points, 11,000 prayer and 15,000 defense. Absolutely huge for the account. Get a prayer level, and we're going to get our defense all the way to level 31. This is going to be massive as we'll be able to get PID and unlock that a little bit later on for our account. any second now. Finish up. Give me my reward. Boom. Prince Owl's rescue is completed. 3 quest points. And obviously the classic no toll on the Alcarid gate. Boom, a Doric's quest is completed. Get some juicy mining XP, and hey, we can come use Doric's anvils whenever we want now. Boom, a Druidic ritual is now completed. This is huge for the account as it unlocks the Herblore skill. You are so welcome, and thank you for the 6,000 hit point XP. That's absolutely huge. It's going to boost us all the way up to level 25 hit points. Boom, Below Ice Mountain is completed. 1 quest point, 2,000 coins, and access to some stupid runes, but the most important reward is being able to make some steak sandwiches. Boom, there we go. The Black's Knight Fortress is now completed. 3 quest points and some coins, but more importantly, this opens up so many Grandmaster quests that it's so nice to get out of the way, and now we can go do recruitment drive and turn into a female. All right, we got our money. We are ready. We are ready to become a female. Let's see how good we look. Oh my God, look at me. I'm stabbing, zooming. Boom, look at those biceps. Look at that ass. I need a haircut, but we'll figure that out. Boom, and a recruitment drive is finished. 1,000 prayer, 1,000 Herblore, 1,000 agilities, all of the XP. Also, we get the Goat Falador respawn, and we can wear Initiate armor now. Probably never going to wear. We're going to go right to Proselyte, but this unlocks a whole lot more quests that we're going to go knock out. Boom, the Observatory quest is now completed. 2 quest points and some juicy crafting XP. All right, we returned a kitty to Gertrude, and we should be able to get our own kitty cat whenever it says quest complete. There we go. Okay, well, we got some cooking XP and we got our own little kitty cat. Boom, Priest in Peril is now completed. Access to Mortania and some prayer XP. This is absolutely huge. It unlocks so many different quest lines and so many different adventures that we're going to be going on. Boom, a Nature Spirit is completed. 3,000 crafting, 2,000 hit points, and 2,000 defense. This one's absolutely huge as well. It just unlocks more quests that we can complete, but we also get some pretty good level ups from this. 25 crafting. We also should be getting a defense level maybe and a hit points level. Boom, there we go. Fight Arena is completed. 2 quest points, 12,000 attack XP, a little bit of thieving XP. We're actually gonna get a pretty fat level 40 attack. We can now wield runite weapons. Yeah, on to the next one. Oh, and 20 thieving. That's pretty juicy actually. Boom, we have the Jungle Potion completed. It only gives us 1 quest point and 700 Herblore, but it allows for a couple more quests that'll be pretty crucial for our account. Boom, Vampire Slayer is finished. Got some juicy attack XP, a couple quest points. That puts us at 41 attack. Nothing crazy, but it's another quest checked off the list. Boom, a Porcupine of Interest is completed. 1,000 juicy Slayer XP at level 1 is huge. We also get 30 Slayer reward points, which, you know, that's not crazy, but it's definitely something. I think it bumps us all the way to level 9. I do not want a new Slayer task from you. But yeah, level 9 Slayer right off the rip, which is huge. So there we go. Boom, Death Plateau is finished. We get 1 quest point, 300 attack XP, and the ability to make claws. But even better than that, it's going to unlock the quest lines to be able to go to the God Wars dungeon, which is going to be huge for our account in the future. Goblin Diplomacy is now finished. It gives us 5 quest points, some crafting XP, and a gold bar. But even better than that, it opens up Recipe for Disaster mini quest, which is something we're going to need to be able to get those juicy Barrow's gloves. Boom, Ikarad's Little Helper has been completed. 2 quest points, 4,500 thieving, 4,000 agility, and 4,000 woodcutting, and more importantly, an amulet of the cat speak. It's actually pretty huge with unlocks on the account. Gives us a lot of good levels. Agility is now 23, woodcutting 22, straight out the gate. Haven't touched woodcutting at all. Swap questing is super important. So now we're going to go on to Alfred's Barkraw. Boom, a Mountain Daughter is now complete. We get 2 quest points, 2,000 prayer XP, a couple attacks XP, but more importantly, the bear head, which is a fucking awesome cosmetic. Look at that. That just looks so fucking sick. But anyways, it also unlocks a load of unlocks in the future with the Fremennik Isles quest, which you will definitely be knocking out to get that face card. Now we need to go on to the next one. Boom, we have the Golem. It's now complete. 1 quest point, some crafting and thieving XP, and unlocks a buttload of future desert content. Go ahead and finish that. Now we're going to go on to the next one. Beautiful. We are now a certified alcoholic. We went around RuneScape pretty much getting absolutely shit-faced in every single bar. So pretty sweet. We can now enter agility course, which really in RuneScape 2 is not useful at all, maybe except for like a clue step, but it actually unlocks a quest that we need to do. So we're going to go ahead and go knock out some more quests. All right. So we ran around, caught a whole bunch of scorpions, got 1 quest point, a juicy 6k strength, which actually should be, yeah, 2 levels, 4 levels actually, from 30 to 34. So now we can slap the shit out of some motherfuckers. And yeah, we're going to keep questing. Boom. We have a tribal totem totem. This is another one of those quests where I have absolutely no fucking clue what happened. I was just clicking on boxes and looking for the arrows. Boom, a knight sword is completed. This one is absolutely huge for the account. As you see, all that juicy smithing XP pretty much gets us all the way from level 1 to level 29 and almost level 30 smithing, which will be super useful for later grinds. It's one ugly motherfucker. Look at him. Look at that face. A mother wouldn't love that face. Boom, that was super easy. Pray melee and not even pay attention. The Demon Slayer is completed, which opens up a whole bunch of quests that we can now complete. Boom, the Lost Tribe is now finished. It was one of those where we just clicked through it, boys. I have no idea what happened. Seemed interesting though. We look like we saved some goblins from getting obliterated by the forces of Lumbridge. But now, yeah, we can go down into the mines, all that great shit. We also got a Ring of Life and some juicy mining XP. Boom, there we go. Death to the Dorgishan is completed. Little thieving, little range XP, and we now get access to Dorgish Khan. I think this actually gets us straight up 13 range and 30 thieving. Pretty sick. I'm gonna go ahead and note for you all. I got fucking merch on this set. Like what, these pieces right here, not these 4 pieces are like 10k each. I got fucking merched, so don't get merched like me. Boys, this is something I'm going to point out to all of you all. If you have a main account or something else, you're going to have to join a clan chat to be able to do the Shield of Arav quest. Now, it took me about an hour, but I did find some awesome Iron Man that was willing to trade certificates towards the end of the quest. The clan chat I used was OSRS SOA. Pretty much I just got in here. I was like, yo, someone trade me the cert. He was like, I got the cert. We traded it. Now I have the full certificate and boom, I'm able to go complete the quest. Oh yeah, boys, Shield of Arav. That quest took way too long just looking for somebody, but we got 1 quest point and 600 coins. So pretty sweet. But really what this quest is like a precursor to a whole bunch of other quests that we're going to need to do here and around Varrock. So that is the dig site completed. This one's actually pretty huge, especially early on, because it's a 15,000 mining XP, some juicy herblore XP, and of course some gold bars. So that's going to put us at a 34 mining, 19 herblore. Holy shit, that actually boosted us way up. Speaking of, we're almost out of cash on the account, so I need to make some more money here in a little bit. We're going to be able to bang out some more quests for sure though before we start doing that. All right, a Soul's Bane is completed. We now have access to his rift. I don't really know what's down there, and I've never been down there besides for the quest. We also got a little bit of defense and some hit points, and of course 50 coins. It doesn't really unlock much. I think it actually unlocks 1 quest and maybe a diary, but it's just another easy quest down. We have now completed the Sheep Herder quest. We have 4 new quest points and some juicy coins, but also unlocks a couple things that we're going to need to do later on in the game. All right, boom. We have Elemental Workshop 1 is now completed. 5,000 crafting, 5,000 smithing, and the ability to make elemental shields. Pretty huge. And right off the rip, we now have Elemental Workshop Part 2 is what we're supposed to be doing next. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into that. That is Elemental Workshop 2 completed. 1 quest point, 7,500 crafting, and 7,500 smithing. Now we can make mine equipment as well. We can make a mine shield, which are good for wyverns, though we're not going to be making those for quite a while. This is going to be huge. 36 smithing and at 34 crafting. So that's absolutely awesome. I'll be honest, man, with the quest that we're plugging, this has been so easy to do. I remember back in the day it was absolutely awful, but I mean, that was nothing, you know? So boom, there we go. Creature of Frankenstein is complete. Doesn't really give anything. 1,000 thieving XP. The Ring of Charos is pretty good sometimes. Really, it opens up more quests. Pretty much everything we've been doing just opens up the door to do even more quests. That's just, you know, that's kind of how RuneScape is. You do one thing that leads to 10 other things. Boom, there we go. Making history is completed. Really just trekking around the map is all we're really doing for that one. You get some nice prayer XP and some crafting XP. But nothing too much. It does unlock further quests. Like I said, pretty much that's all we're doing is unlocking more quests. Quests to do more quests. That's pretty much what you're going to be doing in the early stages of any real account. All right, boys and girls, we just completed the Enter the Abyss mini quest. I don't know why this is actually in the quest because you got to run around and do a lot of shit, but it gets us all the way up to 9 rune crafting, which is huge because you guys have been paying attention to RuneScape at all, but Guardians of the Rift is out. I made that banger of a video on it, but even more importantly than that, I just need 10 rune crafting to start it, and then I can start grinding on this account. Now I'm like 50 hours deep on my main account, so I don't know how much time I'll actually spend here. And honestly, it probably won't be for a while, but it's still exciting to be able to hop in there and get some of that juicy XP. All right, boys, we pretty much got all of these done. This is a little mini quest to pretty much correct all these panels, as you all saw. Super easy to give some huge XP at the very beginning. We're now going to go straight up to 13 Slayer and 9 Hunter. Even more so than that, we get a bunch of kudos within the museum, so we're going to go ahead and get some rewards off those. All right, so pretty much since we've been around questing doing some things, we got some info we can help the museum fill out, and he's going to give us a bunch of kudos for these and XP. So you just spam click through it. We're up to the point where we're going to get enough rewards that it's going to be something pretty juicy. Yeah, we're going to a bunch of lamps. He's going to be our special little genie. Historian Mias. Yeah, I'll tell you more, buddy. There we go. So I think that's pretty much it. Let's see if we have any more. All right, cool. So we have these 3 lamps. We're using 2 on wood cutting and 1 on agility. This is going to get us to 25 wood cutting. That unlocks another quest. Boom. There we go. And this last one is going to be dumped on agility, which actually will unlock another quest as well. Ooh, it won't. We're so close. I have to go train to get 25 agility, but we're super close. We're almost there. Okay, so another part of getting kudos in here is cleaning up these old dig site specimens. Now this can kind of take a long time depending on your RNG. It really just depends on how lucky you get. You know, you could be here for 10 minutes, you could be here for an hour. Fingers crossed we're only here for a little bit, but we do need to do this to unlock 50 more kudos, because overall what we're going to be able to aim for is 102 kudos up there. This will give us enough once we finish this to be able to unlock Fossil Island, which is absolutely huge for beginner accounts. It unlocks, you know, ammonite crabs, unlocks birdhouses, and unlocks a whole bunch of more quests, including Dragon Slayer 2. So pretty much after you get done cleaning a whole bunch of those rocks, you're just going to be running along and putting them in the correct display case. Now I will mention the recording did mess up for it, but we got extremely lucky and found a clean necklace. That's pretty much going to be vital for your accounts. You can unlock the dig site teleports. You can enchant the ruby amulets and enchant them with the dig site teleport. Then you can mount that in your house, but we'll get a little bit more into that as our account progresses. So yeah, there we go. Just pop the coin into this display case right here. And as you saw, we got 10 kudos for it. So there's 5 items we need to find. Pretty much we just got to run through and just pop them in. You need to show them to these fuckers over here first. The real historians, so they can tell you where it goes. All right, the Queen of Thieves is now complete. It gives us 1 quest point, 200 coins, 2,000 thieving XP, and a favor certificate. So pretty good stuff. Why am I still here? Man, you lady. So we're going to go ahead and read that. That's going to give us 10% more favor. Yeah, well, of course I want to read it. Of course. Beautiful. And then we can also take this page out and pop it into this memoir, and we'll be able to teleport back to Piscarilius. Now, Piscarilius is like the first area that you get into, so it's not that good, but the other ones can get pretty good. But what this does is now it allows us to go do the Depths of Despair. So we're going to go knock that quest out, and that should actually give us an agility level so we can do the Grand Tree. All right, the Depths of Despair is finished. We got 1 quest point, 4,000 coins, 1,500 agility XP, and a favor certificate. Now, I kind of fucked up there, and I went ahead and got 100% through the saltpeter and making the sulfur. I have to read it just in case. But then we can pop this page right in to our handy dandy memoir so we can teleport around. But the whole reason we actually did that quest was actually to get 25 agility. We haven't trained agility at all, and we're already level 26, which is huge, but that actually unlocks the next step of our account, which is going to be able to go do the Grand Tree, which starts the Monkey Madness adventure. So we're going to go ahead and go do that quest and keep rolling. Okay, boom, the Grand Tree is completed. We got a hefty 5 quest points, 18,000 attack XP, almost 8,000 agility, and a little bit of magic XP. This is absolutely huge. It's going to give us 32 agility, 45 attack, and 27 magic. We now can make some money through my money-making method, the Jade Amulets, which we're going to go try out here in a little bit. We are running super low on money, so we're going to need to do that. But even more so, we actually open the doors to now do some more monkey quests. So we're going to go knock out some of those. Just keep on going. Boom, there we go. That is a Bon Voyage is now completed. It's our quest points all the way up to 111, which is absolutely crazy. But even better than that, we need to get the fuck off this ship, which should be right there. And we fucked up, boys. We absolutely fucked up, and we have our planks are noted. So we need to go get these planks unnoted and come right back. Okay, we got our planks. We're ready to go. We're going to build this chest, and we're not going to build the chest. Boom, there we go. Shiloh Village is now completed. We now have access to the village, which is pretty okay. We get Duradaddy is our Slayer Master, but it unlocks some future quests. So just keep going on that same notion, just unlocking stuff to unlock stuff. Did give us 37 crafting, which is pretty huge. Can't really do anything new, but now we can go do some more quests. So after all of this questing, this is the first time we got to sit down and do some skilling. And it looks like we need to get our woodcutting from 25 to 36 and our fire making from 1 to 17. So I thought, what better place to come than good old Draenor Village. We have the oak trees to get to 30, willows past that, regular trees to just regularly burn the shit out of those logs. So we're going to be here. It's probably not going to take too long, but we now have 36 woodcutting. And we also did get that 17 fire making. Didn't take too long. I would say maybe 40 minutes, maybe 35 minutes, nothing crazy. But now we have the stats to go ahead and knock out Lost City. And you might be thinking, well, why are we doing Lost City so early? Well, the real reason is obviously not to equip a dragon dagger, but to be able to do the fairy tale quest and to be able to unlock fairy rings. Fairy rings are pretty much everything good in the world. So we need those, and we're going to go unlock them. Okay, so we almost got fucking whacked out by this bad boy, but we got it, boys. We got 1 prayer, 1 hit points. Now it's time to save spot. All right, boys, this should be it. The final walk. The world shimmers and we enter the fairy lands and we gain access to Zenaris. And now we can go do the fairy tale quests, which are going to be absolutely huge. But hey, we also have this whole area to explore. Not that there's anything crazy good, but it opens up the door to a whole lot more quests. Next episode, we have tons of unlocks coming our way. Stay tuned to see exactly what we get.